First Blood is a 1982 American war action film directed by Ted Kotcheff. In this video, we'll go through the deleted scenes from the film. Did you know that Rambo was originally supposed to die, and that over 90 minutes of footage were cut from the movie? Deleted scenes are sequences that were filmed but ultimately left out of a movie's final cut. These scenes can range from fully completed footage to rough, unfinished versions. They are often included as bonus material in home media releases, documentaries, or rare television broadcasts. Deleted scenes almost always appear in a film's work print or other early edit versions, though these versions can be extremely difficult to find. In some cases, deleted or extended scenes are included in special editions of a film, such as a director's cut or special edition. If the deleted scenes haven't been released publicly, their content can often be reconstructed from scripts. Production documentation can also help determine which scripted scenes were actually filmed. In First Blood, Sylvester Stallone plays Vietnam War veteran John Rambo, who gets into a conflict with small-town police and ends up being hunted through the wilderness. Using his elite military training and survival skills, Rambo fights to stay alive on his own soil. The film portrays the realistic actions of a special forces soldier operating within his home country. Upon its release, First Blood made a strong impact on audiences and is widely regarded as the origin of the modern one-man-against-the-system action genre. It also launched the iconic and successful Rambo franchise. Unlike the later entries in the series, First Blood is not just action. It has a strong dramatic core and emotional depth. This makes the film more meaningful, and many viewers consider it the best of the Rambo films because of this. Remarkably, half of the film was cut out, which is a huge amount. Compared to the original screenplays, the deleted material doesn't add significant new events, but mostly consists of extended scenes that flesh out the story. These include deeper insight into John Rambo's background and his experiences in the Vietnam War, as well as additional scenes focusing on the townspeople and the local police. Let's first go through the available film deleted scenes, then the scenes known to have been filmed, and finally the scenes that, according to various sources, are speculated to have been shot. The available deleted scenes come from a version edited for television in the early 1980s. At the time, studios often created special TV cuts of movies to generate additional revenue after theatrical runs had ended. Deleted Scene 1. After Rambo takes Galt's rifle and jacket and hides, he checks the magazine to count the number of rounds. This scene was meant to highlight Rambo's combat awareness and preparation. It's likely that a longer version was originally filmed. Deleted Scene 2. When the police find Galt's body and Teasle puts pressure on Mitch, their conversation continues longer. The scene emphasizes the determination of the police to capture Rambo by any means necessary. Deleted Scene 3. At the police base, Teasle watches as Galt's body is brought from the helicopter, and Galt's widow breaks down in tears. This moment builds emotional depth for Teasle and reinforces his sense of duty and desire for revenge. Deleted Scene 4. At the base, Teasle pressures Dave to take more aggressive action against Rambo. The scene reveals how Teasle's thirst for vengeance begins to drive his decisions. Deleted Scene 5. Trautman warns Teasle about Rambo. This scene strengthens the viewer's understanding of Rambo's extraordinary skills and experience in extreme situations. Deleted Scene 6. Teasle and Dave attempt to pinpoint Rambo's location. Trautman explains that Rambo is trying to gain a tactical advantage. The scene gives the impression that the police are in control, while in reality, Trautman knows exactly what Rambo is doing and what's about to happen. Deleted Scene 7. After defeating the police in the forest and taking an M16 rifle and a radio, Rambo hunts for food and cooks it by a campfire. He then reflects on his time in Vietnam. In his flashback, he is seen with fellow soldiers in a Vietnamese bar, where he meets a local prostitute and has sex with her. This scene humanizes Rambo, showing that beneath the hardened exterior is a man who longs for connection and normalcy. Deleted Scene 8. After the National Guard fires a rocket into the entrance of the abandoned mine and everyone believes Rambo is dead, Teasle returns to the police station and is congratulated for getting him. Deleted Scene 9. Inside the mine, Rambo tries to find a way out while being swarmed by rats. Meanwhile, Teasle sees Trautman in a bar and casually wishes him well. Trautman returns the gesture by wishing Teasle luck. The scene highlights their differing perspectives. Teasle believes Rambo is finished, but Trautman knows better. He is frustrated that he couldn't convince Teasle to listen, which might have saved lives, including Teasle's. Deleted Scene 10. In the film's original ending, Trautman finds Rambo and Rambo finally opens up emotionally. He takes Trautman's Colt M1911A1 service pistol, places it in Trautman's hand and asks him to shoot. Trautman turns the gun away, but Rambo forces it back toward himself, and the gun goes off. Rambo falls backward and dies. Trautman looks at his fallen comrade and walks away. This ending follows the original storyline from David Morrell's novel. Rambo realizes he no longer belongs in the world. His home was the war in Vietnam, but that was lost along with his comrades. Returning to America brought no peace, only alienation. Through this, Rambo chooses to end his life, using Trautman as the means. The studio didn't want Rambo to die, so a new ending was shot in which he surrenders and survives. Unfortunately, no more deleted scenes are currently available. Time-wise, what we've covered only accounts for part of the rumored full-length version, which was said to run around 195 minutes. According to various sources, at least 4 additional scenes were reportedly filmed but have never been released. Unreleased Scene 1. When Rambo first arrives in the town of Hope, before Teasle drives him to the city limits, Rambo enters a local diner. He tries to order food, but the owner refuses to serve him because of his appearance. A confrontation follows, and Rambo leaves the diner. This moment is later alluded to in the theatrical version during the scene where Rambo speaks to Trautman over the radio and says, "All I wanted was something to eat." This scene would have provided stronger context for Teasle's motivation in wanting to remove Rambo from town, emphasizing that Rambo's presence was seen as a disturbance to the local order. In the final film, it appears that Teasle harshly judges Rambo immediately and solely based on his appearance. However, this unreleased material hints at a more complex background that adds nuance to the story. Unreleased Scene 2. Another scene, according to sources, involved an extended version of Rambo's motorcycle escape. It featured additional footage of him weaving between massive logging trucks while trying to evade the police. Unreleased Scene 3. Sylvester Stallone has stated that the chase scene in the forest was significantly longer. However, the deleted material didn't include anything particularly exceptional in terms of the story. Unreleased Scene 4. When Rambo has just returned to town, Teasle prepares by arming himself and Trautman arrives at the police station to see Teasle. In a short deleted scene, Trautman suggests to Teasle that he should step aside. Trautman will kill Rambo himself. In addition to the confirmed deleted scenes, there are also several other scenes whose existence is based on rumors, fan discussions, references found in scripts, and speculation about footage shot during production. The scenes include 1. Flashbacks throughout the film. From the very beginning, multiple flashbacks reportedly showed Rambo and his fellow soldiers' experiences during the Vietnam War. These are referenced in some versions of the script. 2. Extended Teasle versus Rambo car chase in town. According to some sources, the urban chase sequence, before Rambo escapes into the forest, was originally longer. It reportedly included additional footage of police cars and vehicles pursuing Rambo through the town. 3. Expanded National Guard camp scene. This version of the scene supposedly featured more supporting characters and dialogue. In it, some National Guard members question Teasle's judgment or downplay the threat posed by Rambo. 4. Teasle alone, a character deepening moment. This unconfirmed scene would show Teasle alone, reflecting on his actions and his experiences as a Korean War veteran. 5. Conversations among townspeople and police. Some sources claim that scenes were filmed in which townspeople and local police discuss Rambo as a threat to the community. These moments would have added depth to the townspeople's perspective. 6. Trautman preparing and talking with military leadership. In some versions of the script, Trautman had a larger role, including conversations with other military leaders before arriving in Hope. These scenes would have added more background to Rambo's military history and the Army's view of the situation. In addition to these, several scenes are said to have lasted significantly longer in the rough cut. For example, Rambo's search for his fellow soldiers, the Rambo's attack on the town scene, and Rambo's psychological breakdown at the end of the film. It has also been said that some scenes were bloodier and more violent. There is no confirmed evidence that any of these 6 scenes were filmed. However, considering the large amount of deleted footage, reportedly over 90 minutes, the existence of such scenes cannot be entirely ruled out. The question of why scenes are cut or shortened in films can be answered by the film's pacing and the critical runtime requirements. It is very common for scenes to be shortened or removed entirely to match the general rule of thumb where one script page equals 1 minute of screen time. At the same time, filmmakers aim to maintain the film's tempo and dynamism. The original roughly 195-minute version of First Blood was very slow and sprawling, which made the film bad overall. Sylvester Stallone even wanted to buy all the negatives of the film so he could destroy them, ensuring that no longer versions of the movie would ever be made. However, Stallone was not able to purchase the negatives, and he has publicly stated that he has no control over any re-releases or different versions of the original film. Because of this, fans still hope that someday a longer version of the film will be made available to the public. In summary, the deleted scenes would have made the story significantly deeper, while also slowing down the film's pace by adding more dramatic elements. Some scenes, like the diner scene, would have been beneficial to keep, as they would have greatly improved the film's initial setup. The channel has released a restored edition version of the movie, where most of the deleted scenes leaked to the public have been cut in and integrated into the film's presentation. It's worth checking out. You can find the link to the video at the end of this video, as well as in the video description. Write in the comments if any deleted scene was new to you, what thoughts it sparked, and whether you think it should have been included in the original movie. Also, do you know of any other deleted scenes from the film that weren't mentioned in the video? Don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do so. By subscribing to the channel, you will receive a reminder when new interesting videos are uploaded to the channel so you don't miss them.